Welcome back to our productions. Now, if sales professional ka, and again, you do selling online in the new normal, I think you will be able to relate to sa video na to. Yeah, when you try and send a message, all you get is like seed sale, right? Buy from bay to buy, right? So again, it's just natural, especially again, it's a new normal natin. Padami ng padami yung magsisinzone sa inyo and you don't have to really overthink. Kasi minsan yung mga clients natin or prospects natin is just not really sure kung paano ka nila re-replyan. Right? And that's why, yan ang pag-uusapan natin in this episode. Alright. So yun. If you are new here, by the way, my name is Direct Glenn and tumutulong ako sa mga sales professional for them to become strategic in connecting with their clients. And if ikaw yun, then thank you for staying and for being here and watching the video. Kasi I guess we will talk about paano nga ba yung scene zone na yan, what to do. Right? Kaya ang main topic natin for tonight is about getting a yes. Ultimately, paano na nga ba tayo makakakuha ng yeses, ang mga matatamis na oo ng mga kliyente natin? Minsan, hindi rin masyado matamis, pero basta umoo, okay na tayo dyan, di ba? That's just money time, right? So, to bring in, rather, science in what we do, there was a social experiment done in New York City. And yung mga nag-experiment nito are neuroscientists. And later on, I'll share with you kung sino yung resource person ko, right? Now, here's the venue. In New York City, hindi kagaya sa atin, no, sa Pilipinas. May mga boom arms, no, when you enter a parking. Dito, on the side, may mga parking meter. And ang sabi ng scientist, okay, all you have to do is to approach people randomly without justification or anything. Ito lang ang pwede mong sabihin. Is there a way you can give me money for the parking meter? Alright? Yun lang yung sasabihin mo. Nothing else. Then again, they went through it, I've gone through the social experiment, no? We just don't know how many numbers yung nag-participate doon. But, again, scientists, they crave for results. And to my surprise, when I was watching the video, and sila din mismo, ang taas ng percentage of acceptance. Not 20 nor 30, but 50%. Nagsabi nila, wow, this is just so amazing. Let's just go back to the script now. Is there a way you can give me money for the parking meter? That's it. There's no please. There's no crying emoji, you know? Yung mga pa-tweetums, no? Parang di nyo na alam yung tweetums. No? But that's fine. 50% said yes. Now, because neuroscientists always look for something to work on, okay, may paraan ba to increase the number from 50% to maybe 55, maybe 59 or 60%, right? So, nag-zoom in sila. Sabi nila, okay, ano bang common dun sa mga taong hindi nagbigay? Well, definitely, isa lang naman yung sagot. Mga nag-no. No, I don't want to give money. Right? Kasi sa culture talaga, lalo sa New York City, the city that never sleeps, di ba? Parang everybody's so busy and just to get out of my way, some of them just, gave maybe $1 or two, I don't know. But the others, the other half of the the one who participated, sabi nila, no, I don't want to. Now, this scientist says, okay, why don't we acknowledge the fact that people ultimately will say no, especially if it's a stranger. Diba? Ang turo sa atin, stranger, danger, yan. Kaya hindi tayo makabenta no? Sa cold market kasi ayoko i-message yun. Nakakatakot. Kasi it's a stranger. I have an episode for that. Not worry, but let's just go back to the main topic, right? Sabi nila, let's acknowledge it. Then, this is the script that they've used. I know you might not want to, but is there any way you would be willing to give me money for the parking meter? Right? And the magic happens. Say, I know you don't want to talk to me, but yun yung yun yung talagang nagpabago ng statement dito. Why? Kasi the word but diminishes the value of what was said, no, before the but word. I Psychologically that's the effect. And then the numbers piled up to 80% acceptance rate. And that's why, guys, I'm telling you, wala namang 100% formula, no? To get no scene zone. It's impossible. Makakuha at makakuha kayo niyan. Right? But to get 80% every time you try to acknowledge the hesitancy or the resistance of the client, it's just really amazing, right? And I don't know, maybe I'm biased about the study, but it was done by Paul J. Sack, a neuroscientist who studies how to influence the decision making of the people around you without really pushing for it, like without really being the makulit na sales professional, no? That's why I would love to share a quick 2 to 3 minutes video. And sana you write down your learnings so we can go ahead and enjoy our discussion in a few moments. All right, let's all watch this.
I want to tell you a story about a little boy named Ben. Ben is 2.5 years old, and Ben has brain cancer. And Ben's really happy. He's happy because he's been through 2 rounds of chemo and radiation, and he feels good for once. He doesn't feel yucky, and his father's enjoying seeing Ben's happiness. But as the father tells the story of Ben and his cancer, the father's voice begins to break. And he says, it's very difficult to play with Ben because Ben thinks everything is wonderful, but I know something that Ben doesn't, that Ben's dying. And he talks about how difficult it is to play with Ben, knowing that in 3 or 6 months, Ben will be dead. And yet Ben is so happy, he's so beautiful. And so the father tries as hard as he can to enjoy Ben, to be joyful around Ben. But then he says in the middle of this short story that it's an amazing thing to know how little time one has left. And as he says that statement, he has merged himself with his son. It's as if the father himself is dying. So in my laboratory, we've studied this story extensively. And what we found is that 2 primary emotions were elicited. One is distress, and the other is empathy. At the same time, when we asked people what they felt after the story was over, we really couldn't get very clear answers. So we began doing other studies on this story. So we took blood before and after, and we found that the brain produced 2 interesting chemicals. One is called cortisol, which focuses our attention on something important. So cortisol correlated with our sense of distress. So the more distress you felt, the more cortisol you released, and the more you paid attention to that stimulus. The second chemical release is called oxytocin, which is associated with care and connection and empathy. And oxytocin was correlated with people's sense of empathy. And the more oxytocin they released, the more empathic they felt towards Ben and his father.
Wow. So that's a quick tips, no, from Paul J. Sack. So again, they studied it and naka-based sa facts. Kumuha ng dugo and there were 2 interesting chemicals yung sinesend out pala yung brains natin. Number 1 is cortisol, which means ito yung nagbibigay sa atin kapag stress tayo or distress tayo and You focus more on the story of Ben. And the other is empathy. Parang, wow, there's a science behind empathy pala. It's the care, the oxytocin, no? It's the love hormone, the cuddle hormone, right? Parang it was just so amazing to realize na that's how the brain works pala. And to encapsulate his TED talk, he mentioned this. If you want people to act, you have to make them feel. If you want your clients to reply to your message, you have to make them feel. Sadly, a big numbers of sales professional use a templated message and send it to their clients. Send to all. Bahala na kung sinong mapisod, no? Excuse me. No? Bahala na kung sino mag-yes dyan. Basta, it's a numbers game. I'm gonna send it all. But, people are drawn to those people who listens, who understands their problem, diba? And that's why you have to make sure if you want them to act, make them feel. You know what? That's the very same topic that we have. Oxify. From the oxytocin, I want to use this as a framework. How do we use Oxify? Oxify, OXY, meaning you have, when you send a message, you have to make them feel good about it. You have to be relatable to their story. And the FY is basically justify the means. Like how can your service or product can help them out? Right? So, sabi parang, ano? Oxify? No, so, basically, ang gagawin natin, we'll demystify. Let's break the code and share with you some of the scripts na naggawa ng mga celebrities ko in our intimate session. So I have small groups kasi and I do coaching. And one of the coaching, ito yung mga lumabas. Sabi niya, the first message, diba? Remember, you have to acknowledge the resistance or the hesitancy of the client. Kasi when you message them, busy ako, I won't reply. But when you say, kapatid, I know busy ka. Dito, kapatid means ito yung endearment nila eh. Kumbaga, ito yung tawagan nila. And in sales, remember, you have to be yourself. Hindi yung tipong, dahil, again, financial advisor ka, real estate agent ka, you have to be someone na sounded so professional na, I am the next best thing to God. No, never. Just act normal. Kaya yung mga friends natin sasabi, anong nakalain mo? Ba't pa English-English ka dyan? So I know busy ka. By just checking you on your My Day or stories, talagang busy ka on your starting up business. Wow, dito pa lang, you are really, you know what's happening. Hindi yung tipong basta nag-send ka na lang, right? Next, gusto kong kunin tong chance na to. Gusto kong kunin, napakagaang. Parang, di ba? Sobrang gaan na I want to take this opportunity para matulungan ka to maximize and be in full control of your finances. What? Who would not want to be in control of their finances? I'd like to pause for effect, right? Because I would want to be in control, lalo na I'm starting up a business, right? So see the difference between bro, chong, dude, pare, bro. I have VUL kasi 2.5 lang monthly, blah, blah, blah. So again, di ba? There's nothing in here that talks about product. There's nothing in here that talks about how much. But it's all about the client. That's how Oxify can help you out. And again, copyright na natin to. This was made by yours truly. This is my own design framework and I hope makatulong sa inyo. Pero because of that, the client felt good already and I think I'm just biased. I don't know. Just feel like, okay, I wanna know more about it. Set the meeting as well in one chunk message na. Pwede tayo sa Zoom or Facebook call or uh what was that again? Video call, any video call or VoIP that you use. Sunday or Saturday 7 p.m. Pero I recommend Saturday 7 p.m. para naman di magalaw yung family day mo. Right? Para sa akin, sorry. Ito pala yan. Wow. Wow. Parang wow. Compared to someone na, huy, bro, may insurance ka na. That's just so transactional, and then please, don't be like one. Alright? Let me share other scripts, no, na nagawa nila. I think isang buo pala. Sorry. So if you can, screenshot of it. But I'm telling you, it's never gonna work for your client. Why? Because this is tailor-made or tailor-fit dun sa tina-target nung celebrity ko. But I don't know. If you get some ideas, by all means, go ahead. Next, ito naman, good PM Doc. I hope you and your family are healthy and safe. Again, doctor is submerged with a lot of things in the pandemic times. Hindi na yan natutulog almost like majority of them, lalo nung kainitan, it's just 48 hours awake, especially the resident doctors, no, whom I feel so, I feel for them. I hope talagang sound and safe sila. They have sound mind and safe to help out. So again, wow, thank you for letting me know. Then, I know you are busy with work because I heard the Delta is now in the Philippines. So, nakita nyo naman, no? Sobrang tagal na. Parang di na ata nababanggit yung Delta variant sa atin. No? But anyway, so my celebrity draft this message and then I helped her out lang to, to improve it pa. See? With this, ina-acknowledge mo na I know what's going on in your life. But still, I really see the importance of offering my service. Not VUL. Not insurance. Diba? My service. In protecting your health and family's future on Saturday or Sunday at 8 p.m. via Zoom. It's just gonna take 30 to 45 minutes. Stay safe always. Thank you. Now, it was done this way kasi nga sobrang busy naman ng mga friends natin na doktor. Kumbaga, be assertive na, and if they say, I can't those times, then set another day. At least you are really intentional with what you do. Hindi na yung parang may hidden agenda, right? Okay. Now, yung kabuuan ng message, give you 2 seconds. Wanna capture it, get some ideas, that's all yours. Now, last, be. See? Dito, be. Besh, beshiwap, kung ano man ang tawagan nyo ng kaibigan nyo or natural market nyo or circle of friends. By all means, do so. Congrats on your new business. Nakaka-proud kayo ni XXX. So, data privacy. So, yeah, it's just XXX. Share ko na rin sa'yo, be. No? Be. Talagang may be pa, no? One of the things that I do now is help new business owners like you, giving advice in managing your finances and helping them sustain their business for generations to generations. Right? Now, let me go back and say, ang kinoaching ko dito in our lights, camera, action live session is that putting up a business is easy, but staying in business is a different story. Yun ang napakahirap i-sustain. And you coming in, I have a new business and you're here to help me sustain it for the generation to the next generation. Wow, that's something else. Then again, set the appointment. Mas mapapaliwanag ko sa iyo if we can I drop by or via Zoom. I can free up my weekends for you para we can plan it out. Right? That's the entire message. And I think that's something. Okay ba? When you were reading the message, meron ba kayong na-feel? Sana naman di kayo nainis, no? Bangit yun. Again, sabi ni Paul Zach, for them to act, you have to make them feel. Let me add something to it. Make them feel good, not annoyed, no? Again, itong mga effects ko, I hope it's not annoying you. But if you need help on how to draft a message, just comment dito sa YouTube comment section natin. Yung naisip niyong framework and then we can talk about it. We can enhance it if kailangan pa and check natin kung nasunod natin ang maganda yung framework. Okay? So, let's just do a quick recap. The synopsis is the framework is Oxify. Oxy means when you send a message, it has to be acknowledging the hesitancy or the resistance of the client and make them feel good about it. The FY is just basically justifying the means na paano ba makakatulong yung service mo. Remember, service, not the product. Right? Position it, set the appointment. Right? All good. Now, let me just go ahead and share with you the quote of this episode, inspired by Paul Zach. Sabi niya, act, make them feel. Sabi ko naman, the secret of getting things done is to act. You have to do something. It's never gonna stay na, okay, scene zone and whatnot. I'm gonna send the same message. No, you have to change the way you do things. By maybe try one of many ways no to get a yes from the clients is use the framework Oxify. Right? So again, I hope may natutunan kayo sa episode na to. If you have not followed or subscribed to our productions, kindly hit the subscribe button, send a like or thumbs up dito sa video kung nagustuhan nyo, or maybe dislike and leave a comment so we can talk about how we can improve our training productions. So that is it for me. I hope to see you guys sa next episode. Let's shoot it!